YouTube, this is Cover to Credits. Today, Stairs drugged me out on another Friday, and I was like, Stair, I just want to sleep. I was up till 4 o'clock in the morning listening to an audiobook. Just let me away.
Not my fault.
And Stairs like, no, dude, we gotta see the account, and I'm looking forward to this. And I'm like, what the fuck is the account?
And I didn't make him go to the first showing of the day.
It's gonna be terrible, Stair.
It wasn't even the early showing.
This show is gonna be awful. Why are you dragging me to movies?
This is a movie that I hadn't sent him a trailer for. I hadn't really talked to him about it. I don't even know if any of the movies that we'd seen recently had seen the trailer for.
Completely suspecting a weird action-y thing. Now, there's nothing wrong with weird action-y things as a rule.
Sometimes we enjoy them. Would you consider John Wick a weird action-y thing?
A family where my family likes action movies. My mother especially loves action movies. Yes.
I don't know why that surprises
Mom's favorite movie, Die Hard. Dad's favorite movie, The Little Mermaid. Fun fact.
I knew that.
That says a lot about my childhood.
I remember sitting in your living room playing Xbox, and on the shelf is The Little Mermaid, and I asked, and you said, Dad's favorite movie. I remember that. I don't know why. I don't know. I guess I'm not that. I feel like your mom likes the controlled chaos of an action movie. I mean, she works at a school.
I don't know.
Controlled chaos. However, we saw The Accountant.
We did see it. As I said, going in, I had no expectations for this. Not that I have much expectations for anything, because I automatically assume that every movie I see that Stairs makes me watch is going to be terrible.
He does. And I don't know if that's a judgment on my preference or a judgment on the movies being made today.
Judgment on Hollywood in general.
There we go. I appreciate you didn't put the blame on me.
I'm not even throwing under the bus.
And granted, I do pick some crappy movies at times, but I mean, we deal with what we have.
No, I've been with people who pick crappier movies.
Fair enough.
Trust me. Trust me.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so.
More stories for other days. Now, we gotta be more concise with our videos because we're rambling too long. The Accountant, I don't know how to describe it. It's obviously, the basis of the story is about, it's about a lot of things. It's about children, and it's about autism, and it's about the
Asperger's specifically.
It's the way the people interact with the world. But it's done. It's not a great movie, but it is a great movie. And I was trying to explain this concept.
He said this to me walking out of the theater, and he goes, "Do you know what I mean?" And I looked at him and I said, "Not at all. A great movie usually has to be great to be a great movie."
Great movie, Tremors 2.
Oh, God.
Now, if you were going to give Tremors 2 a rating, what would it be?
I haven't seen Tremors 2 in, like... I may have never seen it.
Give me an estimate.
A 6.
No, it gets like a 4.
Okay, a 4.
But it's a great movie. This is on the same line, but not as... Like I said, it's not... It's an average movie, but it is also a great movie. It hits all the right points at the right times, and it pushes its message too hard. A lot of movies get in trouble with that, and
But it doesn't get annoying.
Exactly. It's like I said, it's a great movie. I loved this movie
there's
so much.
No
I'm so
way,
glad Stair made me see this movie.
There's no way there's not going to be comparisons to John Wick in this movie. And that's impossible. That there aren't going to be comparisons. Because...
I wouldn't compare them.
I would compare the action. I would compare the action.
Yes and no, but they're coming from totally different places.
Agreed completely. To me, the movie had probably 5 main characters.
Yeah.
A couple lesser.
Well,
you're talking Ben Affleck, John Bernthal, I just had her name. J.K. Simmons, Anna Kendrick, and then I don't know the name of the girl who played the other Treasury agent.
Dana.
Yeah, no. Dana. What's her name in the no. Dana was Anna Kendrick.
The chick.
I'll find it.
She's familiar from something.
Yeah, I'll put her picture here. You'll see who I'm talking about. Everybody to me was great in this movie. I give Affleck. To me, I have so much more respect for him after this, for the fact of he played a man with Asperger's, and it didn't come off mocking.
He didn't go full retard. And I hate to make the reference, but it's so And I know that makes me a terrible person, but it's completely...
No, it's a quote from a movie. I'm not gonna. It's not like you're just saying it. It is a quote from the movie.
And
but you have to admit that could have been a very difficult and daunting thing to take on.
Yeah, like I said, and he doesn't. I don't think he gets the acting quite right for Asperger's. I have a nephew who is autistic, and he is, I guess, less functional than that, but more functional. And like I said, and that's sort of the point of the whole movie, is that people with that, I guess, affliction isn't even the right word. Well, technically it is, because psychology definitions are weird. But the point is that they're bad at a lot of things, but they're also very superhumanly almost good at other
when
things.
they find their thing.
Yes, when they
That's
find their
normally
thing,
what
is
happens. Yeah,
they see the world, the puzzle pieces just fit together differently than they do for us. And things that we have trouble with, they just know instinctively.
Now, the weird thing about this movie is Affleck's character kind of has two things.
Yes.
He is an accountant because numbers are like English for most people to him. He just goes. And then being someone who grew up with that issue constantly weighing on how people react to him, his father taught him to defend himself to the ninth degree. But would you agree that's kind of how they push that? It's not so much that he's prone to violence, it's that he can do numbers and puzzles, but the violent side is from his father training him to be able to protect himself, to keep him from being taken advantage of, is what they talk about in one thing. They train him and his brother, and you get flashbacks throughout the movie. And I mean, like I said, I enjoyed everybody in this movie. I didn't know if I was going to enjoy Anna Kendrick, because she seemed off of what you were watching, but it worked out very well. They kind of played off each other well when they interacted. One thing I had read, and one thing that when I saw it, I recognized. Did you see there's one point where people are going after her in her apartment. There's something she did in her apartment no one ever thinks about doing in a movie situation where someone's rushing them in their apartment. Do you remember what she did? Not a spoiler.
Hit the top of the stove?
Yeah. No. The other thing she hit him with.
The top of the toilet?
And you never... I saw this 2 different times when people were reviewing the movie in non-spoiler reviews, and they're like, she does something when she's being attacked that I thought, that's genius, but no one ever thinks of that. And I'm like, that's true. I've never thought of that. And even when she did, even with the top of the stove thing, that makes perfect sense too. Not a spoiler. That's just, yeah.
It is a spoiler, but
a little bit.
It's a minuscule spoiler.
Yeah. So I don't want to spoil. J.K. Simmons, great in this movie. It was awesome.
Like I said,
it was awesome to see.
We're going off on tangents.
It was awesome to see Commissioner Gordon and Batman work together.
Yes.
Continue though.
Point being that, like I said, this movie is not a great movie, but it is a great movie. And that's all I have to say about it. I'm going to give it a 7, but with visions of higher than that. Because it was just so right.
As much fun as this movie was.
And a lot of fun.
I'm going to go with an 8. And I'm going to say, go see this movie. Go see it this weekend. Go see it whenever you can. See it in the theaters. It's a fun movie. It was so good considering what I was expecting.
I had 0 expectations, but I was
interesting crowd in the theater with us. A lot of kind of older crowd. It is the middle of the day.
Well, it's the middle of the freaking day.
Yeah, but that still doesn't matter all the time.
Just calling them how I see it.
Somebody brought up a question. They said, hopefully we'll see the accountant in John Wick 3. Yeah, movie's great. Go see this movie. There are a bunch of other movies coming out in the next few weeks that we're going to be seeing. Hopefully we'll both be seeing. If not, one of us will be. But if there's anything specifically you'd like to see, what?
Nothing. I was getting ready to flip you off.
Oh, I thought you were like asking a question. I would be like, yes. No. If there's anything you'd like us to specifically see, put it in the comments below. Post it on Facebook. Every video we post, I post on there. You know, like this video if you would. Subscribe if you're interested in seeing more of us. We do a lot of this, not always in my truck. Sometimes we're in Kevin's apartment. We're going to try to, not reformat, but trying to get a little more concise in some of our future videos. So we may be, this one's still a little...
Stop rambling with the clothes, we could get the time down.
Until next time.
Thanks for staying till after the credits.